Deputy Joe Costello.
Thank you very much, Les Concurla. Well, I'm pleased to have the opportunity here tonight now to conclude the debate on the Labour Party's private members' motion on the collapse of the 5 public-private partnerships between Dublin City Council and Michael McNamara and Company. And in the first instance, I want to thank all the deputies who spoke. 20 deputies from all sides of the House have contributed over the last 3 hours or so, last night and tonight. And I would like perhaps to single out just a few. First of all, Mary Upton and Catherine Byrne, who spoke so eloquently about the devastation in St Michael's Estate. Roisin Shortall, who spoke equally eloquently about the destruction of Finglas Village by Bernard McNamara in the context in which he has done it, an old 6th century village that has now been ruined by the manner in which he has handled it and by neglect. My colleague and party leader, Eamon Gilmore, who came out to O'Devany Gardens and to Dominic Street and met the residents there and has assisted us in every way with the motion here tonight. And perhaps finally, my constituency colleague, Tony Gregory, who I know went to made every special effort to be here tonight and to make his contribution. I want to compliment them very much and to compliment all of the deputies who made their contribution here in the 2 days. It certainly is very heartening to see the concern expressed at the plight of so many hundreds of residents who have been affected so drastically by the collapse of these projects and these regeneration programmes. But most of all, I want to salute the residents from the 3 major projects, namely O'Devany Gardens, Dominic Street Lower and St Michael's Estate, who have worked so closely and cooperated in full with Dublin City Council and with the developer over a number of years in planning new homes and new communities for themselves and their children. Many of them have attended last night and are here tonight in the public gallery. And we certainly must not allow their efforts and their vision for a better future for themselves and for their children to be dashed. That is why the Labour Party decided that it would table this present motion in the format that it did. It is a private member's motion that is non-partisan and that is non-controversial. It's not seeking to attach blame to any political party or to any particular group, but to explore a way forward as expeditiously as possible out of the present quagmire. We don't want the summer to fade into the autumn, and we don't want the autumn to fade into the winter, with recriminations and with litigation, clouding the horizon and frustrating the residents. We want the government to put the people of O'Devany Gardens, Dominic Street Lower and St Michael's Estate first and before any other consideration. If McNamara and Company are not committed to these public-private partnership agreements, they should vacate the pitch immediately and allow the regeneration process to continue unimpeded. The government must now amend the procurement procedure for public-private partnerships to ensure that no state authority puts all its eggs in the one basket in the future, as happened with these projects. Moreover, strict deadlines and strict penalties should be mandatory. I am pleased that the Minister for Housing, Michael Finneran, accepted our proposal last night to meet the residents of O'Devany Gardens and St Michael's Estate to see for himself the atrocious conditions under which the men, women and children live in these estates. He has, I note, already visited Lower Dominic Street. I am heartened too that Dublin City Council have now effectively removed the developer from the St Michael's Estate and Lower Dominic Street projects, where no contract had been signed, and that Infirmary Road, where a contract has been signed, that now a hefty financial penalty clause is about to kick in. That leaves O'Devany Gardens as the outstanding project involving large numbers of residents, 186 tenants currently on site, which is bogged down in talks of mediation and reconciliation, and where some of the negotiating principals have already gone on their holidays. Meanwhile, as you know, Les Concurla, the economic recession deepens, so time is of the essence. It is absolutely essential that O'Devany Gardens be freed from the tentacles of the present public-private partnership quagmire, and that it be free, like St Michael's Estate and Dominic Street Lower, to embark on a new initiative as quickly as possible before the hundreds of residents and their families lose all faith in the regeneration process. And I can assure you, Minister, that that fate is dwindling very fast. Indeed, after the debate last night, I was called up to O'Devney Gardens around midnight, where a man was threatening to jump off a roof because of stress and frustration over the debacle in which he found himself in relation to the O'Devney Gardens project. And thankfully that particular situation was diffused for the time being. But the stresses and strains, as you well know, are enormous in all of these areas, in Michael's Estate, in Dominic Street and in O'Devney Gardens. Lascan Corla, the Government should now agree tonight to take direct responsibility for funding and delivering the 3 outstanding regeneration projects, and they should set the wheels in motion immediately. And can I say, Minister, that I regret that the Government's decision to table an amendment opposing our motion. And even at this late stage, I urge you to withdraw the amendment and to accept our motion in the all-party spirit that it is tabled.